filters last pretty long. More maintenance, the more often you keep them clean, the longer they'll last. Usually the first sign that they're going bad is these bands will start snapping. You'll see this will start physically getting real dry and brittle. That, and if there's any splitting or breaking of this top ring, it'll start letting little bits of debris and stuff back into the pool. So if you are noticing like specks of stuff blowing into the pool, double check your filter, the top and the bottom of this. Just make sure it's not split or you have any holes or anything like that in it. Suntan oils, leave-in conditioners, stuff like that that get in the pool are going to be kind of hard to rinse out of this after a while. You can use like a mild degreaser on it, a little bit of water and bleach, or you can even use like a simple green cleaner just to get the oils out of it. Anything you do spray it down with or use on it, you just want to make sure you rinse out really well or you end up with bubbles in the pool.
How often do you do that? Once a week?
Yeah, about once a week. You'll feel when it sits down nice and straight.
They both screw.
Now this, it doesn't matter what direction it's pointing in.
Okay.
Just prefer to point the
Yeah.
gauge at you. And then once this handle pops back out, pops in, it'll usually click. It did click, I didn't hear it though. And then I'm gonna leave this open, this little air relief. Just make sure you put your plug back in. Usually a good one for forgetting that. It, but you do want to get a little snugger than you would with your hand. You can use a screwdriver or something like that. Same to get it open. Now, turn this back on. And then I'm just leaving this open to get the air out of the system. Once it starts squirting water, you can shut it. And that's it.
What's this hose for?
Now, excessive rain in the pool, high water level, left the garden hose in there. You can run this out to the street or wherever you can dump water, and you would slowly open this valve up, and that'll let water out of the pool.
Okay.
Now, it does it fairly quickly, especially if you open this valve all the way. We could lose an inch in the pool in maybe less than 10 minutes. So anytime that you are draining water out of the pool, always hang out for a minute and make sure you keep an eye on it. Also, the only way that you can remove salt from the pool is physically take water out of the pool. So if you've accidentally added too much salt to the pool, you have to pump a little bit of water out and then fill it back up.
How would
with
we add
garden
too much
hose.
salt to the pool?
I'm going to show you how to adjust, actually. Now, as per that reading I showed you in your diagnostic menu, you're at 2,800 parts per million right now. Your pool is about 10,000 gallons. You should be at 3,200 parts per million, which is ideal. On here, it'll even tell you anywhere between 2,700 and 3,400 parts per million, you are producing chlorine. On the lower end, your salt system's going to struggle or work a little bit harder to make that chlorine. Preferably somewhere in the middle, or 3,000 is perfect. I'm going to be adding salt to the pool when I adjust your chemicals before I leave today, so it's not something you're going to have to worry about right away. But just as an example, you're at 10,000 gallons right now. Your salt level is reading 2,800 in your board. If I bring those two together, it's telling me to add about 33 pounds of salt. So wherever your gallons and your number for your salt match up to, so we'll say if you were at 1,400, it's going to tell you to add 150 pounds of salt. Pool salt, anything that says pool salt on the bag that you buy in a pool store is going to be a lot more expensive than regular salt. The salt that you're using in your pool is food grade table salt. It has to be so that your salt system can turn it into hypochlorite. Anything else is not pure enough. As long as it's not sea salt, you don't want iodized salt, you want just regular plain food grade table salt, you can buy it at wholesale club, restaurant, supply.
You just dump
Doesn't matter where you get it. Dump it directly into the pool, you brush it around, let it dissolve, it'll go through the system and make
33
chlorine.
pounds or something. Go buy a big 33 pound or 50 pound bag of salt.
Yep.
Put it right in the pool.
Yep. Now what I'll usually recommend is add about half of what it's saying. So if it tells you add 50 pounds, add 25, come out the following day, check it,
See
see
what
if you
it's
need the rest.
Okay.
How
often
these
is
things
that-
can fluctuate.
So if I put, let's say we're at 28, we want to get up to 3,000, we put in 15 pounds of salt, let's say, right?
Yeah.
And it gets up to 3,000. Is that something that fluctuates weekly?
Now that's only going to be when you take salt out of the pool. The only way to take salt out of the pool is to physically pump the water out, or you take it out on your body. So anytime you have a really large party, check your salt afterwards.
So that shouldn't fluctuate too much.
Not at all.
Okay.
Otherwise, regular weekly swimming and stuff like that,
Shouldn't affect
like say if it was only you two guys using the pool for a period of a month, you're probably not going to put any salt into the pool at all.
Okay.
One thing you will notice when it rains and there's extra water in the pool, your salt level is going to go down because it's diluted. I usually recommend just let it evaporate opposed to pumping the water out of the pool, because then you're just taking more salt out and then having to readjust.
Is there a particular level that ideally the pool should be at?
There is. You do want to be more than half on that skimmer. I know you have a trim plate. I usually say the second screw from the top, but you can't see your screws.
That's what we want to be.
But about half of the skimmer or more.
Okay.
Now,
If it's above that, is it a major issue, or can I
it's
just
not
leave
going
that?
to cause any problems at all. The only thing it's going to prevent is cleaning the top of the water, because the skimmer is not going to pull anything in.
Gotcha. But I can let it evaporate naturally.
Absolutely. And that's always usually what I recommend with a salt pool. This way you're not wasting the salt you've already put in. Same thing if you accidentally overfill it with a garden hose or anything like that, you're diluting the salt. The salt's still there, it's just reading lower on your board until it does evaporate.
Okay.
Another thing, if you over evaporate the water, water's just getting low naturally, your salt level will go up because now you're reducing the amount of water. And then you just add wood garden hose to where it should be, and then
Check
double
the
check
salt
your
level.
salt, it should go back to normal.
Okay. What's this? I need to know anything about that?
Yes, actually for your vacuuming. Now, when you vacuum the pool, you're going to want to shut off your main drain and just have the skimmer running. So when you come over and you're ready to set up the vacuum, which I'll show you that out there.
Just out of curiosity, with the Dolphin, should we need to vacuum much?
Probably not. Probably not at all.
Okay.
Now he's really good. He's going to even come up to the water level. He's going to scrub that little scum line around the top of the pool and everything. The only thing he's not designed to clean are the steps. So if you notice there's an excess stuff on the top step or something like that,
Vacuum that.
you can just brush it even to the floor so that he can come around and get it.
Gotcha. Okay.
As per manually vacuuming, there's nothing that you have to change with the system. You can leave it running.